At first, it felt finished, but it wasn't ready for what was coming. This episode is about the deck and what it took to get there. This deck completely changed the cabin. But before it could exist, there had to be a structure to support it. Everything starts with the support points. They define the shape of the entire deck. From here on, everything has to connect properly. Because if this part is off, everything that follows will show it. Once the main lines are set, the structure starts to take shape. Each piece matters, but what really counts is how they work together. For better stability, the joints aren't just surface connections. The frame sits into the posts, locking everything in place. This reduces movement over time. It looks simple, but this is where the straightness is decided. Next come the joists. They will carry the entire wooden surface, so each one has to sit perfectly. Every contact point is adjusted, not just to fit, but to actually support weight. That's what makes the structure solid. Once everything is aligned, it's time to weld. The first joist is always the most important. It becomes the reference for everything else. After that, things start to flow. Each new piece adds rigidity. Welded areas need protection. A layer of anti-corrosion paint protects the metal and creates a subtle contrast between the dark frame and the galvanized joists. At this point, the structure was done, but it was only the skeleton. For the first time, you could imagine waking up here, stepping outside in the morning with a coffee in your hand. Now it had to become something you can walk on. I started by placing the boards loosely. There was still a long way to go. This was going to be the underside of the deck, so it needed protection first. I used a wood primer, not for looks, just for durability. At first, I used a roller. It does a good job covering the surface, but it takes time. Then I switched to a spray gun. Faster, more even, and honestly, a bit more fun. That started well. Let's pretend that didn't happen. For the areas close to the cabin, I had to protect the walls. Wood comes with its own problems. Not every board is straight. Each board had to be checked, aligned, and adjusted before the final installation, so they could actually fit properly next to each other. Some edges had to be corrected. One by one, they fall into place. Not fixed yet, but enough to guide the next one. The worst ones take the most effort. So I adjusted them in place. With a fixed point and pressure, they can be aligned. Not everything ends up perfect. Some joints just need to be adapted. Then comes cutting the ends. The boards extend slightly past the frame. This creates a small overhang. It improves both look and durability. Then everything is fixed in place, keeping a clean, consistent alignment. After that, the ends are cleaned up. now the surface can be finished. Sanding prepares it for protection. Then comes the first coat of varnish. At this point, it felt done. But the weather had other plans. The varnish wasn't fully dry. And the rain changed everything. The surface became uneven. Some areas matte, others glossy. The finish was compromised. There was only one option: start over. This time, I changed the approach. Instead of working directly on the deck, which was hard on my knees, I removed the boards in sections and worked on them separately. The process became more controlled and the result more consistent. After reassembly, it was finally complete. The cabin now had a space outside where you can actually live.